Combat sports are alive and better than ever. I feel like each decade has their own combat sport that becomes very popular during that time. Obviously, boxing for the most part has always been the combat sport with the most popularity throughout most decades, but the 80s had a kickboxing craze. Then in the 90s we saw the emergence of MMA, but it really wouldn't get that popular until about the late 2000s. And now we see a new sport that's not really new coming back into the mainstream eye. Bare knuckle boxing is spreading like wildfire, and it's facing a lot of the same criticism that early MMA did. You know, the same, oh, it's barbaric, it's human cockfighting, and some of the criticism is coming from MMA itself, which I find ironic. Dana White said there's no way that this sport will get regulated all over the states and that it's too bloody to become mainstream. But I'm like, dude, do you know what company you work for? These are the same critiques that the UFC got in its infancy. Bare knuckle boxing is kicking down doors the exact same way that the UFC did back in the 90s. And if they manage to get a TV deal, much like how the UFC managed to get one with Spike TV back in the day, it could mean that this sport can get into a lot of new eyes and become huge. Honestly, I can see the sport attracting both MMA fans and boxing fans. On one side, we have the traditional boxing fan who might want something a little different that doesn't stray too far away from the sport they're used to watching. Maybe they don't like the ground aspect of MMA or the knees, kicks, and elbows, but they might be willing to watch a sport that's very similar to Western boxing that just has an extended use of the clinch and is bare knuckle. They already have an understanding of the boxing clinch, so it might be easier to adapt to watching bare knuckle boxing than it would be for them to adapt to watching MMA. On the other side, we have hardcore MMA fans who are most likely fans of combat sports in general, as most hardcore fans watch BJJ matches and boxing and Muay Thai fights as well. So this is just another form of entertainment for them. And a lot of former MMA fighters seem to be gravitating towards bare knuckle boxing, as they're used to fighting in small 4-ounce gloves, which is more similar to a bare fist when compared to the 8 to 10-ounce gloves that pro boxers use. Either way, I'm excited for the future of bare knuckle boxing, as I think it has huge potential in the fight market, and who knows where the sport will be in the next 10 years, but it's fascinating to ponder, and I'll be following the sport closely. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on combat sports and martial arts. Don't forget to hit that bell icon either. And if you want to follow us on social media, you definitely can at Iron Kumite on Instagram and Twitter. And if you have any ideas for the channel, let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, stay sharp, everyone.